Can you see me? Can you hear me? Please just indicate in the chat if you can like see me well and if you can hear me well. I think I mistakenly like deleted that scheduled live. I think I mistakenly deleted the scheduled live, so I had to start it all over again. Okay, thank you for that. I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes and see if anyone joins. Hi, Sivo. Thank you. Thank you for indicating that you can see and hear me well. Thank you. We're just gonna wait for just a couple of minutes, maybe like, I don't know, and see. Maybe when there's like 5 of us, maybe we can then start. But I was asking, how is your evening going? Like, what are you up to on this Thursday evening? Onje nilinde mina with the coffee, and are you sitting there with coffee and tea and nilinde mina ukuthi I must spell out my story time? Like, what are you guys up to? I don't know, where's everyone? Packing. I don't know where's everyone, but we'll wait a little bit. Good evening. Hi, Puluko. Good evening. Puluko, you should be so proud of me. I finally did it. Like, a big shout out to Puluko, because I think your lives, and I saw you going live, like, it just encouraged me, you know. I finally drew the stamina from you to go live. So thank you so much. Ndilapha nje kungenxa yakho. So thank you so much for just, you know, doing whatever you are doing. Okay, there's 4 of us, guys. Please do make sure that you like the video. If you don't know how to like the video, there should be like 3 dots on your screen. Whether it's like, I'm not sure on mine, it's at the bottom left. I'm not so sure on you guys' side if it's the top left of your screen. There's 3 dots. You select those 3 dots and you should see the like option. There's 4 of us. I'm just gonna wait till there's like 1 more person, like 5 of us, and then we can start. Thank you. Sitting for now, but busy packing to travel to a funeral this weekend, Dior. I'm so sorry, hey. I'm so sorry. Condolences to you and the family or whoever lost a loved one. Condolences. Let me share quickly. Yes, please share and please like. Let me see if I can share it. But I think it's gonna disconnect me a bit, so just bear with me so I can just quickly share it. Okay, there's 6 of us. It shows that there's 6 of us. Guys, please do make sure that you like the video, ne? The live. We're gonna start because I can't wait for everyone. But I am having hot wings here. So if you have a problem with the person talking while eating, askis, and I'm having coleslaw here. There's 5 likes, 6 of us here. So thank you, guys. Thank you to each and every one of you who is here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you showing up here. I'm gonna get right into it because I don't want this live to extend for too long. Marcus Kambule, we've been waiting for this moment. This topic is so fascinating. I even pushed aside my food. I want to hear every detail. Lords Marcus Utandindaba. Ay. Pela Tandindaba Marcus. But thank you so much for being here. Puluko, I'm in a bot tab. If I take forever to comment. It's so nice to be you, hey? Anyway, guys. So this story time, it's about, as you saw from the topic, it's about this lady that kind of like tricked me into like marrying the wrong guy. So this is where it all started years back. I think I was like 19 years old or 20 years old. I can't remember how old I was. I met this guy, and he happened to be like 12 years older than me. Please share the wings. Come fetch boo. He happened to be 12 years older than me. All right. So I just like got out of like high school, and I met this guy through a mutual friend, So it happened that this guy was like looking for like a wife. He was looking for a wife, or he was looking for a lifetime partner. I really don't know what exactly he was looking for. But this mutual friend, he told this mutual friend that, you know what, I'm looking for, excuse me, a potential wife. Do you know anyone who kind of like meets my criteria as a person who's like serious with the things of God, like, someone who, was basically. And then the mutual friend then said, actually, I do know someone. There's this girl. She doesn't live in town. Her name is Lucy, and I think like she would like be a great fit to you. So she calls me. She tells me, I thought you were always wearing makeup. Sorry, off topic. Let me focus, and then I'll come back to the questions and the comments. But please do keep the comments coming, just so that I don't get nervous, you guys. So anyway, so she calls me and she tells me, are you available, are you gonna be in town this weekend, this Friday? There's someone, like, I want us to go out to lunch. There's someone that I want us to meet. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be in town this weekend. I'm coming. So she didn't tell me. I just knew that there was going to be like an additional person we were going to like be meeting. But she didn't tell me like the guy like was interested in terms of like marriage and all of that. Like I didn't know that. And I didn't know like the age gap type of thing. Fine. And then I met her. I was home that weekend. I met her at a restaurant, and this guy was there. This guy introduced himself, and then he asked for my numbers. Only when we were going home, that's when I saw Uti. Oh, okay. This means this guy's like kind of interested in me. Asked for my numbers. We started talking, and this guy was telling me that, he's interested in me. He wants to get married. But the age thing, guys, like it was really a big thing for me. Like this person was like a good 12 years older than me, and like our language was just like not matching. Our language was just like not on the same level. So certain things like this guy like kind of like required of me like was like a big ask. So he told me that the Lord told him, that God told him that I am his wife, and that God told him I am his wife, and that his wife would, like, he listed a whole lot of things that God said that his wife would be like. Mind you, guys, like at this time, I am, one thing about me, I'm very naive. If you didn't know that about me, I'm very naive. Even now, like I'm better. But back in the days, guys, I was naive. Anything anyone told me, if someone came to me, if I was still in one of those churches where they prophesy and lie to people, I would have believed it, because that was me. So this guy, tells me God said, you my wife. So now I'm scared. I'm like, if he's telling me that God said that I am his wife, which means that's what God said. But like I was in this like awkward situation, because like it's my feelings. I'm not into this person. I can't relate to this person like on all levels. It was so embarrassing, guys, to even like walk with this person in public, because you could see that ingani le, and you could see like this guy's like older than me. So it was like my feelings, I was not into this person on all levels. And on this side, I felt like God, because he told me that God said that you my wife. And like I just felt like I had to choose what God is telling me. And I felt like maybe marriage is not about love. It's not about like being physically attracted to a person. Maybe it's all about just following God's will for your life. And then as I'm getting to know this person, I told this person, I obviously cannot get into a relationship with you. I don't know you. Mind you, guys, I don't know this person. I don't know no exes of his. I don't know no family of his. I don't know his background, nothing about this guy. All I know about him is all I know, the only person that I know that links me to him is this mutual friend. Nakona, this mutual friend doesn't know this person like on a personal level. So, like, I have no reference whatsoever of what this guy's like, unjani, all of that. All I know is that this guy's just telling me God said, and like he's really like pressurizing me. Next thing, this guy's telling me, would you know, okay, fine. If you don't want to be in a relationship with me, it's fine. We can get to know one another, but I'm giving you an ultimatum in a sense that in 2 months' time, we must be married. I'm only giving you 2 months. And I'm asking this person, Haibo, like, what's the rush? Like, why is there so much like pressure and a rush to like get married so quickly? I don't know you. I don't know anyone that I can trust that can kind of like give in a good word for you. And he just basically told me that no, vele, like you can't like get to know a person, like you can never ever get to a point in life where you know a person completely. So why wait for like a year or 6 months up until you know a person and get met? Like, why waste time? And that time, gang, yingane, guys, I'm a kid. So any reason that guy gave me, like, I couldn't reason it out. I was like, yeah, it makes sense anyway. Fine. 2 months, guys. 2 months, 2 months. That time I didn't tell anyone, even this mutual friend, I didn't tell about much about what was going on. I just decided that I was gonna pray about it alone. In this process of praying about it and getting to know this person was love bombing me, like buying me stuff, like love bombing me, guys. Like, yeah, it was something new. And I felt like, in a sense, like he was trying to persuade me into like agreeing and accepting his proposal. While he's doing that, he's telling me that no, a child of God should not be wearing weaves. That time he's Tandela weave one, guys. It's like, no, you can't be a child of God and then utanda ma weaves. Ngawayega. I stopped wearing weaves, guys. I stopped wearing weaves at, you can't be a child of God and posting such. This person would like, what? Mind you, we're not in a relationship. I'm getting to know this person. This person would want to control literally everything, guys. To what I post on WhatsApp, to the hairstyles I did on my hair, to the people I hang around. Like, it was hectic. It was hectic. Like, I could see Uti Lana. Hey, if I get married to this guy, Zizobuya. Zizobuya. What did they buy you? Zizobuya. So anyway, fine. Then it happens, like, keep that in mind. That's the character of the guy. That's how he is. I didn't really even know the character of the guy because I've never, like, the thing is that, like, if you Christian and you're getting to know a person, it's different from the way some other people do stuff. It's not the conventional way of getting to know a person. So certain things are limited. You're not in private spaces with the person or sleeping over by the person's house to see them like getting angry and all of that. Like, the setups that I was exposed to with this person, like, really didn't give me the opportunity to get to know this person on that level. For honeymoon face also. Then anyway, guys, this is where the story of the second girl comes in, of this girl that tried to persuade me comes in. So I was attending this church. While I was attending this church, this girl comes to our church. She's invited to our church, right? She's invited to our church, and then she's invited as, she's a girl that loves the Lord. She's on fire for the Lord and all of that. A newcomer, guys. I'm like, welcome. Thank you so much. Anyway, this girl, what I started noticing is that she always sat behind me, like literally like a seat behind me. She always at church sat behind me. And she'd always sit like in a position where I'd be able like to see her. If like I turned my head like this, she'd be there. Or if I turned my head like this, she'd be there. She always like sat behind me. And I never like, it was no like biggie. So this other day, like it's intercession, I'm praying. When it's intercession, Moss, you're pacing up and down, praying in tongues there. But like, when someone's staring at you guys, you can feel it. So you can feel like the eyes on you. So I can feel like someone is staring at me. I can feel like someone's staring at me. And dinganagi. And then when someone's staring at you so much, like it ends up like bothering you in a sense. Like I know you guys like kind of like get like what I'm saying. So this girl, then I open my eyes and find her like she's staring at me, and I'm just like, it's nothing, it's just maybe angazi, maybe I don't know, she's just sitting down, she's not praying, she's just sitting down, she's like literally just sitting down and looking at me and staring at me. Guys, over time, like over the next Sundays, like that would be the thing. This girl she doesn't pray. She just sits down and just looks at me. And then I'm just like, oh, this girl, like there's something very weird about her. But like, I just thought like maybe it's like all in my head and that like I'm just like seeing nothing. But I just felt like this lady, like kind of like, I don't know if she had a fascination with me or what was the issue. She was behaving like a monitoring, exactly that. Like, I don't know what was it with her, because when church had come out, like she'd ask me like very like personal questions like about my life, as if like she was interested to like kind of get to know me. So this girl, me and this girl, like we had like a mutual, not a mutual, there was like a brother of ours. This guy was close to me and he was close to her as well. He was close to me because we lived in the same area, and when we used to go to church, we used to travel to church together. And I don't know what was the relationship with her relationship with him, but I know Uti, they were close. Right. Then this girl, like what I noticed, guys, is that this girl named, she'd have like private meetings with people within the church. Like this one time, she tells half of the church to not come to church because she says that God told her that they need to be in a fasting and they should not come to church. Tina siyafika esontweni, how? Where are people? We don't know. When we're calling people, guys, like, why don't you come to church? Hey, apparently this girl, she told them that God told them not to come to church, and that it's a select number of people. So she had this thing of like, she'd give out like weird like things that God apparently told her. And like she wouldn't share it with like our pastors or our leaders. She'd share it with like a small number of people. Like she'd always do things in isolation within the church. Right. This one Sunday, guys, she was very creepy. She was very creepy. There's 7 of us in the live, guys. Please do make sure that you like the live. 8 of us in the live. There's 3 dots on top of your screen, at the bottom of your screen, at the left, top left or top left or bottom left. There's 3 buttons. You should see the like button. Please do like the video for me, you guys. So, this one Sunday, I'm at church, we're sitting down, my pastor's preaching, and my notebook is literally like sitting, there's an empty chair next to me and my notebook is there. So while there's an empty chair, there, my notebook is there. And I told you guys that this girl always sat behind me, or she always sat in a position like where I'd be able to see her. So she takes my notebook, she flips a page, she writes something, and then she passes it back. When she passes back the notebook, guys, I open and then I read what's written on the notebook. She says, she wrote them, God says you should marry that guy. Mind you, guys, there's only one guy that I'm praying about. This guy that I told you was 12 years older than me, controlling me, not to wear ama weave, my makeup, my and plus in those days, guys, I even liked mohawk. I liked dyeing my hair. Actually, dyeing your hair is not of God. It's demonic to dye your hair. So, and mind you, guys, I didn't tell no one about like what I was, no one knew about like what I was praying about. The only person who knew about like this guy was the mutual friend, and that was like in a different town. So there's no way this girl knew like the mutual friend. I had not told anyone about like what I was praying about. And here she was writing on my notebook that God said that you should marry that guy. And then I'm like, and I wish like if I had prepared, I should have prepared nicely for this live. I would have showed you guys that diary because I still do have the diary. So she says that God says like you should marry that guy. And then so I write back on the notebook, and as I'm writing back on the notebook, I write to her that, but I don't like the guy. And she writes back to me saying that, well, God is saying, if you don't marry this guy, you're never gonna get married in your life. God is giving you one man. And if you're not gonna marry this man, there's not gonna be any other man for you. Hi. Batung. Hey guys, you can imagine how traumatized I was. I was so traumatized, you guys. Like, I went home that day and I cried. I cried because I was just like, that is it for me. That is it for me now. I'm gonna marry him. Excuse me. I'm gonna marry Iketla. That is just gonna control me for the rest of my life, because God said there's only one man for me, and that one man is this guy. So it happens then someone within the church has an all-night prayer. We go to an all-night prayer. This girl is there in the all-night prayer. So while we praying, this girl isolated, like while we praying, because all-night prayer, obviously we're praying whole night. While we praying, this girl isolates herself and she decides to go and sleep or something like that. Tell me, guys, why when she wakes up, half of her face is dumbile. Is dumbile, is dumbile. Half of her face is dumbile, like half of her face is swollen. Almost as if like she had like, it's like, I don't know if it's a rash or like what, almost as if like she had like a half like stroke in a sense. Like she couldn't even talk properly. So I'm asking her like, Haibo, like what happened to you? And she responds by saying, Uti, God told her to do something. God gave her an instruction to do something, and she disobeyed. She didn't do that instruction, and that was her punishment. God punished her by doing that to her, and that's why she's like that. And then I'm just like, hi guys, which God is this one? Like, and then like at this point, I'm like, even like after that incident, I'm doubting this girl. Like, what spirit is this girl operating with? Because according to me, I don't know God. Like, I know God, like there's consequences for our decisions. But I've never experienced a case where like God is punishing you like that, in that way, because you didn't obey him, you know? She had a big liver, the way she boldly, yeah, that girl, that lady boldly spoke for God, guys. And like the way she was so bold, like you'd be convinced. And this lady was like 5 years older than me. So like I respected her in a sense. And I was very young in the things of God. I didn't know how to discern these things of discerning spirits. I didn't know nothing like that. So anyway, the all-night prayer comes to an end in the morning. And as I'm about to leave, she's like, no, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, about the guy that I told you about. God says that your time is ticking. So you need to accept this guy's proposal as soon as possible. I don't even tell her, guys, about the ultimatum that this guy had given me. She did, like, I didn't tell her about that. But here she was, she's basically like, no, God is saying that your time is ticking, time is running up, and yeah, you just need to basically accept this guy's proposal. So I'm telling her, no, like, I don't like this guy, he's older than me and whatnot. And she's like, well, God is saying that, and like, are you just gonna disobey God like that? And she's showing me that time her half of her face is dissembled. So she's basically saying, if you're not gonna listen, this is basically what's gonna happen to you. That time, guys, this girl, Like, she's the only person in my ear. I didn't tell my pastor about it because I just felt like, why should I tell my pastor about a guy like I'm not sure about? So, and I feel like that was like my mistake by not at least telling someone that I could trust, or at least telling someone that could help me pray, or at least telling someone who can like, who's much more spiritually mature than me. She was literally like the only one in my ear, and every moment or any opportunity she had, she'd be like, marry the guy, like, marry the guy, your time is running out, don't, and all of that. The pressure she was putting on Bandla. That time, yo guys, like that girl, like anyway. So I guess I guess she was angazi to say maybe she was operating with like a different spirit or whatnot. But sometimes you can even be genuine. But you know what, the thing that I was thinking about, guys, the danger and all of like depending on like what another person says they hear from God is that at times you can even, she was definitely sent by that guy, yo. Abazani puluko, like abazani, like they don't know one another. This guy and this lady, they don't know one another. And you know, when I was explaining the whole thing to my husband was explaining it in a sense that, like, like if you've got access, if you've got eyes, ne? If you can see stuff emoyen, if you can see stuff spiritually, like anyone has access to see whatever's happening in the spirits. That's why you can get like your false prophet, and he's giving you like accurate information. He's giving you prophecies about your life. He's telling you everything about your life, yet he's still not operating with the spirit of God, and yet he's still not of God. That's because there's certain information in the spiritual realm. It's available for anyone to see as long as you can have spiritual eyes. You'd be able to see all of that. So angazi, this lady, I guess ukuthi maybe she manipulated like whatever gift she had and used it to her benefit. And I'm going to tell you how she used it to her benefit. Remember, I told you that between me and this lady, there was a guy in between us, a guy that I was close to and a guy that she was close to as well. Yeah. So anyway, before I get to that, as I was saying, that the scary thing about it, guys, is that sometimes you can even pray and say, like, God, I want like a tall, dark, handsome guy. You can pray and say you want exactly that. Wahlangana nomuntu who's exactly those criterias, and it's still not from God. So sometimes even the enemy like can know like what you actually want in a guy, and can find out like what you actually want in a guy, and he'd bring that very thing. And because when you're not discerning, you just go along with that country, it's not even it, so sometimes the fact that izinto, like the accuracy of the information is matching, it doesn't necessarily make it like from God. Because the thing is, like, if God doesn't force you to like receive salvation or become born again, God doesn't force that upon anyone. Why would he suddenly like force you to marry a guy? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because salvation is way bigger than marriage. So why would God suddenly like want to force you to marry someone? And yet when it comes to salvation, like he doesn't force you to do all of that. So I guess that should have been my cue that this is like not from God, because this girl is basically telling me that God is saying that there's only one guy for me. Imagine, guys, imagine if everyone had one guy, and that guy that was destined for you decided to be a hobo. Kusho ukuthi wena nje indaba yakho ayisekho emhlabeni. So anyway, that was it. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. But anyway, guys, yeah, we need to be careful. That time, guys, I'm now starting, as in I'm praying about this guy. I'm now starting to have very weird and dark dreams about this guy. I don't know. At that time, I didn't know how to interpret dreams. I didn't even know the meaning of dreams. I just didn't know how to interpret those dreams. And I'm not going to go into like the details of like the dreams that I was having about this guy. But I was having very weird dreams about this guy, like dark, occultic, like dreams about this guy. And I just like had like a bad feeling about him. This side, he's pressurizing me. How the thing was benefiting the lady. Oh yeah, I'm coming to that. That time, he's pressurizing me. And one thing about the enemy, guys, is that I feel like the enemy knew that there was no other department that he knew he could get me by, because I was dedicated. I was a focused girl. I was a focused girl, dedicated on the Lord. And I feel like the one department where he knew very well, like he can just like finish me and derail me, was marrying wrong. Like that was like the one department where he could get me, because I was very gullible. Like I believed anything anyone said. As long as a person came and they came in the name of God, I would literally like believe it. There's 9 of us in the stream, guys. If you just joined us, hi. There's 3 dots. Please just make sure there's 3 dots on your screen. Which should, if you press those 3 dots, it should allow you to like the live. So please do like the live as well. So yeah, guys, yeah. And then anyway, I finally decided that, you know what, no, I'm gonna approach someone who knows better about these situations, because I'm having these weird dreams that I don't know how to interpret. This girl on the side is like basically putting me in a corner, and like every week she'd like ask me, so how's things going? Like, what is the guys? Like she'd always like want like she'd always like want like an update, like how's things going with the guy. So I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna go to my pastor and tell my pastor, excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go to my pastor and tell my pastor about everything. So I went to my pastor, I told my pastor everything, and my pastor, I'm so grateful, guys, that yeah, like it's so important to have people around you, people who can like judge things for what they are and discern. And my pastor was like, no, that is not of God. God doesn't force you to, even when God is trying to guide you to make a good decision, he still doesn't force you. So that was my cue. And then I told the guy, you know what, I can't like marry you within 2 months, so it's best that you just go and pursue someone else who's like on the same thought pattern, or who's on the same wavelength as you, and I just can't do it. Right, so that was that. Years later, guys, I find out that this guy, remember I said the lady and I, like we shared like a guy we were very close to. And this guy, like this guy like was like my brother. Like I was very close to him. And she was close to him. I don't know who to be close ngani. And like frankly, like I didn't really care. So I then find out that this lady apparently liked this guy. She was into this guy. And this guy and this lady, they had plans to, I don't know, Uti Angazi, guys. This guy and this lady had plans to basically go and start a church together. I don't know on what basis. But this lady was apparently into this guy. She liked this guy, and she basically said that her and the guy was gonna get married and have a church together, and that they were gonna live happily ever after. But the problem was that the guy that she was into liked me. And I was basically a barrier in their so-called relationship. I was basically a barrier in their relationship. So what she did when she found out that she had access, I don't even know how she got access, I guess spiritually, when she had access to the information that she found out that there was a guy who was basically pursuing me, she used that information to her benefit. So when she was basically pressurizing me to marry to the guy as soon as possible, she was basically trying to get rid of me, so that obviously if I'm married to this guy, this other guy who she's then into would obviously know that, okay, Lucy's no longer available, she's now married, and she'd have the guy to herself, and they'd live like a happily ever after life. With what level of cruelty is that? You really had a heart for God. Hey, your willingness to serve God in that situation, regardless of being gullible. Yo, I'm shocked. I was so shocked, and I found out, Puluka, that there's people who like have like her wish. She had a wish to marry this guy, and that she was willing to do anything. And the sad thing is, like, my life could have been ruined forever, you guys, because of like what she was doing. I don't know if she knew the extent of what she was actually doing, you know? But anyway, she was just basically trying to like get me out of the picture. That time, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that the guy was into me. I found out like months later when the guy eventually like told me. When the guy told me, I didn't know that this guy was into me, and maybe she thought that angazi, guys, angazi. I should have told her that you feel in the spirit that she should marry. I should have told her that, man. But she was not gonna hear anything. She was not gonna hear anything, that lady. So that is basically the story, you guys, of how I almost married like the wrong guy. So that guy, after I basically told him that I can't, like, I'm not getting married in 2 months' time. 2 weeks later, I found out that the guy's getting married. 2 weeks later, after him pursuing me, he's getting married. Ngathi, yay. Land I begile, like whatever he's after, like it's really like serious. Like tell me, within 2 weeks you found someone to actually like agree to your proposal. 2 weeks later, this guy was literally like getting married to someone else. And when he was getting married to someone else, months later, guys, says yaphuma indaba ukuthi hayi phela, that guy is into that other world. That other world. He's doing shady business. That other world meaning like into occultic things. That then like kind of like confirmed the dreams that I was having. So imagine, guys, I would have went into a marriage not knowing ukuthi this person ukuthi unjani. These days asazi, like I could have been sacrificed for I don't know what, because I don't even know what the rush for marriage was. I could have been sacrificed by losing my life, or either I could have been introduced to the occultic or being introduced to offering weird blood sacrifices or whatever sacrifices. Because already you thinking to yourself, bah, sending a pagati, like I'm in already, so why not? I don't know. I don't know like what happens there. But that's basically it, guys. That's basically the story of how I almost married the wrong guy. And guys, like my life would have been finished. Finished all because this girl like wanted a guy. Today, like obviously she's not even with the guy today. Like that guy was not even apparently interested in her. I don't know that guy if he gave her hopes, angazi what happened between them, if he gave her hopes that they'll be together or whatnot, but she was basically willing to eliminate anyone in her way so that she can get what she wants. The guy was faster than lightning in 2 weeks getting married. That guy clearly was after something, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Like the funny thing is that people are trying by all means to slow down getting married so quick because people will shock you in marriage. Yeah, now he was on a roll. He had a target. Oh snap, I thought he was gay. No, that guy wasn't gay. The guy was not gay. The guy was just into shady business. And maybe angazi, maybe the clause maybe bamtshelile ukuthi guy, if you want to succeed in this world, marry a woman. Marry a certain type of woman. Marcus, he means business. He disobeyed it. I disobeyed a prophetess. Hey guys, and back in those days, like if a prophetess spoke, you guys, like it was not umdlalo. The prophetess gave a word, you better listen. Because if you didn't listen, like you just felt like you were rebellious. For real, yes. Exactly, level. Yo, guys, I lapha ngaphandle, like you really need to be careful. So I think I'm gonna be sharing more of these story times because for some funny reason, I've been through similar things like this of people that are just who have weird intentions. And I think if truly I didn't have the fear of the Lord and I didn't have the love of the Lord, hi guys, I would have been serving Satan's kingdom by now. If truly I was after the wrong things, guys, I ngabu Satan ngabe like I'm one of his agents by now. And I thought to myself, I want to start sharing like these stories and sharing my experience because I believe someone can, get something out of it. For a fact that sometimes you're even praying for something and you're like, God, give me a sign. I want a guy like this. Then you meet a guy like that, and then now, uwele phambili, like, and then you go with whatever you sing. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's from God. And one thing you need to learn to hear God for yourself. Hear God for yourself. Stop depending on other people to hear God for you, or else you're going to be in trouble. She disobeyed a prophetess. I wonder where they are now. The guy, like it's a sad story. It's a different story. The lady, I don't know. The lady, I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. I missed half of my class trying to listen and trying to listen to both you and the class. Oh, shame. Sorry, Shanice, but thank you for tuning in. We need a reunion with you guys. We need an update on the guy. I don't think that, guys. Yeah. Abanye siqale nabo, guys. Sometimes some of the people who we started this journey with, they are serving, I don't know if I want to say they no longer serving God, or they serving men, or they in the kingdom of God for the wrong reasons. But hey, guys, kumbi, as other people would say, kumbi la ngaphandle. Keep sharing. Maybe someone is going through similar things in their lives. Yeah, but true that. But I think it goes for a lesson for all of us that sometimes, guys, you need to be very careful of the stuff you pray for. And when you pray for stuff, don't be afraid to ask for confirmation from the Lord, because sometimes the enemy knows what you want and he uses those very same things that you want to your demise. Good evening. Hi, how's Betty Khampe? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hi. Ushilo Wesley no Puluka Aski Shanice. Good evening, Betty. Hi guys, abanye benu ni late, like indaba yakhona seyiphelile, like. So guys, hey, people are into shady business out here. People are into shady business out here. But I'm so blessed, you guys, that today I am now married, for some of you who don't know. And I married someone that I've been knowing for years. And I'm so blessed. Imagine marrying a person who's telling you must no longer wear weaves, guys. That time was Tandelama weave. Or imagine marrying a person who tells you no makeup. I wonder where's the lady now. She can be a great evangelist. The way she's so, that lady is persuasive. That lady, I'm telling you, that time no one in the church ever knew anything about her life. Who invited them? Who velepi? That lady brought division. Isn't I told you that she'd like speak to small people, small circles? She brought division. That lady can one man. She's persuasive, that lady. Imagine doing outreach with her. She'll definitely drag them. She would. Sometimes it's better to experience God yourself. It is. I mean, you can get assistance from other people, but always learn to have a personal relationship with God for yourself. You'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong with having a personal relationship with God for yourself. There's 11 of us in the live stream, guys. Please do make sure that you like the video. There's 3 dots on your screen. Just click those 3 dots and hit the like button. The wings are gone. The wings are gone. So yeah, guys, that is my story time. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should share more of these stuff? Because I know other people like expected juicy stuff. Some people, the way they're not into things that have anything to do with God, they're just like, Tina, we're not interested. Do you think I should share more of these stories? Some of ezinye guys is scary. Ezinye they really are dark. So I don't know how open people are when it comes to the spiritual realm, but some of us have truly experienced things, guys. So if you haven't gone through all of that, just thank God. But I think I'm gonna close off the live very soon. Vele we want juicy stuff, and Jesus, of course, hi. Now, Pella, I still have to maintain integrity, you know. I don't want to just give juicy stuff for the sake of clickbait. Clickbait is nice. We need the views. They can rewind and like, yeah, we need the views, but like integrity for me is a big thing. So I don't like sugar. I don't like adding spice to stuff just so that I can keep people on alive. Like that is just not me. I'm learning that also discernment is key as a believer. Discernment is very key. If you don't have discernment, I shame. You are going to get tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine if you don't have discernment. Do share more, just not in the night. Just not in the night, or you can. Or you can. Some of us guys, there's a time where I was staying as Lalin. The scary stuff is Lalin, guys, in the night. So we're not afraid of the dark, really. Yes, these are really good stories. They will definitely help others. Thank you, Shanice. You don't want to dream bad things. Shanice is scared of these scary things. Wesley, there are lots of people that are just trapped and really need help. Yeah. Some of them are into it or are trapped already. Some ladies get married to guys that are into the occultic and are into shady business, and you're there already. So what are you gonna do? What would you do? Because sometimes your life, your very life is at stake. So true, Wesley. Uzothola ukuthi they keep changing churches and making a mess and leave. That's what they're doing. True that. These are really great stories. We want more. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, you guys. We are going for it's about 47 minutes on this live, and I do want to close off this live pretty soon. But thank you so much for you guys' support and just showing up and listening to my stories. And I truly do hope that it reaches the right people and reaches the people that it needs to reach. I truly do hope so. And for other people, I truly do hope that this is kind of like an encouragement to grow your relationship with the Lord and be much more discerning so that you are able to make informed decisions on your own and you're not persuaded by other people just because they're giving you accurate information and you're like, wow, I only knew that. And because they're telling you that, they're trying to fill up their bellies through information that they could access in the spirit. Thank you so much, Pulugo. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much, you guys. Any parting words from any of you guys before I close off this live, or any questions or any parting words as I close off this live? Or you guys like Nanelli? You guys are enough of me. Are the wings finished? I only ate one. I literally only ate one. But we'll see how these lives go. I think I'm going to do much more story times on the lives. And we'll see how they go. Maybe, I don't know how often. I don't know how often we'll do it. But I guess that's it, guys, because I'm seeing really nothing else. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I think I am going to close off the live right here. I'll be back with other story times, you guys, but please do make sure that you support and Thank you again for being here. The way I'm craving those things, but it as well. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, you guys, so much. Have a blessed night, a good night. Take this as a key. Do not go to sleep without sleeping, please. I love you all. Lots, lots, lots. We need more lives, yes, sister. We will definitely do those. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all lots. Good night and God bless. Let's end it off here. How do I even end this thing? I think, well, look, how do I end this thing? Do I end it by selecting like that cross exit button? Ask the prophetess. That's fine. I don't even think she's worthy of that title. Okay. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, you guys. Bye.